Hello everybody, my name is Auriga and today I'm playing some Battlefield 3 on the PC and I want to talk about what makes a good Battlefield player. So let's start off with the basics. I think this is pretty much agreeable and this is what makes you a gamer. Not really a battlefielder, but this is what makes you, this is the foundation. So let's go. The first thing you'll need is of course a computer, and in that you'll need a very good GPU and a CPU. That stands for graphics card and processor. You'll need those because those are the components in a computer that is the most vital for playing online games at high resolutions without, frames dropping. So I'd recommend, even if you can't play the game at ultra, I'd just say if you can hit those 60 frames per second, that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter if it looks like cardboard. But then we have the peripherals, everything from mice to keyboards and headsets and whatnot. I know there are some audiophiles out there who get like the very best headsets or headphones for directional sound recording, so they can really know if a guy is sneaking up on them. Where I have some problems with my headphones. I want to say that it's not that directional. I know if like a dude's coming from the left, but I have absolutely no idea from where. But then comes the peripherals. That's everything from mice to keyboards to headsets. And I know a lot of professional gamers, or just people who are enthusiastic about the whole gaming thing and Battlefield in general, they go out and they buy, Audio Technica 700s or 300s. I don't really remember the exact number or whatever, but they buy these like beastie headphones for directional hearing or listening, which can pretty much within a 10-degree radius tell you like if an enemy is coming behind you or 10 degrees to the right. They're so beefy, at least from what I heard. So peripherals, it's important to some people. I just have a standard keyboard and an office mouse, and then I have an okay headset. I can hear if people's coming from the left, the right, behind me, and in front. That's pretty much all I need. I'll handle the rest with minimap and so on. But then there's your internet. You might have a good computer. You might have, you might have pimped your whole desktop out with Razer equipment, but that doesn't get you far if your internet connection is shit. Because you might have heard of the term ping, and that's the thing that determines how much latency there is for the action you're committing to the person on the other end receiving it. So if you have 100 ping, that's 100 milliseconds of you just, you fire a bullet, 100 milliseconds later it hits the other guy. If you have, say, 1000 ping, that's a second delay. That means that when you shoot him, there'll actually go a second before you hit him. So what he sees is he runs behind a corner, but you'll still see him because of that 1 minute or that 1 second delay. So you'll see him, shoot him, but on his screen he's already behind the cover. We all tried this, where we run behind cover and we get shot somehow magically through the wall. So yeah, you want a ping on at least 40 to 80, I'd say, is a good ping. Anything over that, then nah, it's not any good anymore. But I think we have the basics covered now. I have it written down here in the paper. Let's move on to some more controversial stuff. Let's move into the realm of scores, and I know a lot of a lot of hardcore try-hard people are gonna get angry at me now. I've been a little try-hard in my day myself, but here we go. So let's start with the KD, the most discussed stat, I think, or score. The KD to me really doesn't tell anything, because KD, or kill death ratio, how many people you kill for each time you die, it's just so game mode specific. I mean, how many times do you die in, say, your favorite map with your favorite guns compared to okay, for instance, this is a good example with me. I love nose hair canals on 64 people team deathmatch. I love the heck out of that match, and I can pretty much control, one side of the map myself. Um, but you see, that makes me pretty good in that map. But then when I play something like Operation Metro 64 man, I just get absolutely destroyed by explosives, and that absolutely messes with my KD. Not that not that I care about it, but it's just, I think it's so game mode specific that you can't even discuss it, because in close quarters you'll get slain all the time, Gunmaster too, whereas in team deathmatch and place, Conquest 2, where you can just put down a bipod or something like that, you can really mow down the kills. Damavan peak down in that tunnel. You know what I'm talking about with the bipods, right? Anyways, let's move on to the score per minute, which I think is the most interesting stat. Even though it might be very role specific, I actually think this stat might be the one stat that actually tells you something about the character you're looking at in battle log. Um, the score per minute really tells you how much a certain player, how many actions for his team he commits per minute. And I think that's quite valuable, but then again, it's so role specific. Okay, imagine me playing an assault on, once again, no sir canals. I can absolutely mow shit down. But imagine me playing a sniper on Operation Firestorm, right? I'm probably gonna be at the bottom of the leader score, or on the scoreboard, with one kill and like 20 deaths or so. I might have spotted a couple of people, but in cases where and even if I got only one kill and 20 deaths, I could have helped my team out immensely as a sniper by spotting out everything that was coming for them, by putting out those little annoying things that'll target the helicopters and all the vehicles. I don't really remember. The red beam of doom lying up there on a mountain somewhere. Never used it really. Um, but that's just me again hating the sniper class. But yeah, score per minute, way too role specific. Okay. Um, so let's move on. Okay, accuracy. Some people think this is important. I really don't know why. Because once you play the support player just once, your accuracy will be absolutely fucked up to smithereens. Okay, I'm telling you. Your role as a support player is to suppress people with 200 rounds at a time. Okay, you're gonna miss a shit bunch of rounds. Okay. So accuracy, just disregard that completely. Then a lot of people go on about win and lose ratios. And I don't really get that, because how can you, one person, be responsible for your team winning? It's not like if you didn't have your team that you'd have won. And I don't know, win lose just seems ridiculous to me. How many times have you joined a game where you're just met by the "you lose" screen? I mean, where you just instantly get that screen. That messes up your win lose ratio too. Um, but I think that's actually all for the score. I know some people might feel differently about these matters, but this is just my take on it, okay? But I'm gonna move on to some more agreeable stuff. Awareness. Okay, I play on a 27-inch monitor. I recently upgraded from 18.5, and I must tell you, the difference in my ability to visually spot people on my screen has improved immensely. Um, Being a sniper is now a possibility to me. Before, when I was sniping, I just saw dots. I just saw burritos out there in the distance. I couldn't do shit about that. But now with my 27-inch screen, I just see more. Also, I added a bit more field of view. It's now at 90 degrees. Anyways, I think that a bigger monitor can help you, but it's not really a big point in the awareness. I think something like minimap awareness is absolutely vital. I think I look at the minimap not once every 3 seconds as my goal is, but I think maybe generally once every 5-7 seconds. I'm trying to get to 3 seconds, because the minimap is just like being, you can see through fucking walls, man. So yeah, utilize the minimap is one of the greatest things that one of the things that can make you a great Battlefield player. Also, teammate needs. I cannot tell you how many times I've been screaming and just screaming my lungs out at support players, just ammo, give me ammo, I need ammo, god damn it. I can't tell you how many times I've held the Q button and dragged the mouse slightly to the down right corner. Anyways, anything from ammo to health to resurrecting people, also making secure spawn locations with spawn beacons, or just being in a good place for them to spawn, and most importantly actually to stay alive. If you're the last guy in your squad, you gotta look. If you're the last guy in your squad, you can see it next to the minimap, how many of your guys are alive. I mean, come on, really check that out. There is nothing worse than just having your squad eliminated and you having to start all the way back. That just puts the whole team back and draws tickets. Yeah, it's not good. Okay, so be there for your teammate, repair their shit. This is not COD. Okay, this is not one man army. And I really think in Battlefield 4 they should really reward players more than just the 10 points for repairing and the 20 points for ammo and the 10 points for heal. It should be like 40, 50. I mean, I know people can rack up a lot of points that way, but right now I just don't see as much cooperation as I would like in the Battlefield title, which is compared to COD and a lot of other shooters, is a lot more team based, or you really gotta work together. And a lot of times I just see people doing their own stuff all over the place, like 12 people doing their own stuff, and then 20 people actually playing the objective. uh, and yeah, sometimes they can flank around and do stuff, but yeah, I can keep on going with this. Let's move on to the next point. I think, yeah, vehicle importance. That's a thing I wanted to point out. Um, a lot of players just seem to not really care about the vehicle balance. I know some servers have auto or instant vehicle spawn. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about more balanced game modes in my mind, where vehicles have a cooldown when they get destroyed. I just see a lot of people just taking jets, helicopters, pretty much any vehicle, and just riding somewhere and dumping it, or people jumping out of the tank to stay alive even though they're noobs and they'll just get killed anyway, so the other team will take the tank, and it's just no good. I've taken way too many tanks from enemy teams, and I've had way too many tanks taken from my team. But yeah, I think that's everything about awareness that could make you a greater player. Sorry if I'm going through these quite fastly, but I think I have a lot of points. But moving on to the last main point, skill. Okay, so I'd say this is where we get a little deeper. This is where we get deep. Okay, I'd say aiming and the comfortability with your settings, having fiddled around with the mouse sensitivity and your key bindings, and just really and also learning the different recoil for the different weapons you play and how to counter that with attachments. It's really something that can really benefit you. I just see a lot of people walking around, mostly newer battlefielders. I see a lot of them walking around with, weird combinations. For instance, yesterday I found a PP with with a, I think it was a 3.4 scope. I mean, what is that even for? I mean, this is an absolute close quarter weapon. Anyways, I really think aiming and the comfortability of your settings and your weapon and your attachments is one of the really important things when it comes to being a great Battlefield player. Then game knowledge in general, that's something I've studied quite a bit up on in Battlefield 3 with Rival X Factor and Level Cap and all those guys who presents all this great information that you don't want to look up yourself. And that's everything from the gun damages to the ranges, the drop-off ranges, you know, everything, just stats in general on weapons and vehicles and reload time, so on and so forth, and even maps. Map knowledge is so important. So if you know some head glitch, head glitch places and stuff. You know, utilizing glitches in general, legal glitches, of course, not dropping C4 through a roof or something like that. But legal glitches like head glitching and the fast revive glitching, where you switch to your paddles real quick, and there's just a lot of small things you can do. For instance, if you're revived, you'll only have 20 HP, then you can stand up and quickly lie down. You know, just press space and then crouch instantly, and you'll have 100 health, and you'll have a bit of a fighting chance to actually get somewhere. Things like that can absolutely help you. I cannot tell you how many times I've been revived and just changed to my main gun right away and just mowed the guy down. So yeah, utilizing legal glitches in a game, I don't know what you want to call them. I just call them legal glitches. Um, but that's also another quite important thing. Um, I think I might have touched up on everything. I talked about the basics, you know, the kind of equipment that you needed, internet. Then I talked about more controversial stuff like scores, KD, SPM, accuracy, win-lose ratio. And then I talked about awareness. You know, your screen size can kind of help you in FPSs. The minimap awareness is so important. Teammate needs of all kinds and the vehicle importance. Also, the suggestion of adding more points for helping teammates in Battlefield 4 to further the teamwork in that game, which I really think the game would benefit from. Um, and then we move on to the skill, you know, aiming and game knowledge, glitch knowledge, and so on. I really covered a lot. I still feel like I missed out so much. But I hope you enjoyed the beautiful gameplay playing at the same time. Also, uh, well, I don't really care if you like this video, but please share it. Share it to a friend or something. Um, but I guess that's everything from me. My name is Auriga. It's been a pleasure. See ya.